It's the Fots.
You heard. I like the little comma you put in there.
Nah, I had to. You know
Pause.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yo, I am such a pause master, bro. I have realized that, and I am going to understand that, accept that, and watch Super Pause, receive that.
Yeah, I'm heavy with the AOs. You heard?
Nah, for sure. Even on IG.
Hey, yo, man. So we back on these
Corporate.
corporate blocks.
Billboard.
These Billboard 42nd Street, you know.
Social media.
These social media blocks.
You know what I mean?
We out here, man.
Yo, I see the hood, bro.
Yeah, the hood, man. I think I'm channeling my inner Kanye today.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Yo, you see he did his listening part.
Yo, listen, man.
I can't front. It sounded fire.
It sounds fire. Listen, I know we ain't talking about music, but, I'm channeling my inner Kanye today. I just had to throw the hood on.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? And just kind of like, sounding all right.
We out here. And we have to mention.
What's up?
Today. At least this episode.
At least this one. Yeah. Oh, I know what you're about to say. Go
yeah,
ahead.
a transportation sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
Transportation sponsored by Uber.
You know
You know what I mean?
what I'm saying?
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you, Uber.
You know what I mean?
That's like the transportation sponsored by Uber, the Fots.
The Fots.
Yo, we growing.
Heard.
Yeah, Jew heard.
So maybe they should have every time they get into the car.
Jew,
as soon as you close the door,
Jew heard. I like that.
Hey, we out here. But how's everything?
Everything good, man. I see what you did there. Yeah. Ha. Yeah, everything good, man. It's been a interesting several days.
Yeah.
Yeah, just been, we've been wrapping up what we got to do.
Our version of Uncle Murder.
Yeah.
The wrap up.
Yeah, we doing our version of Uncle Murder before the 31st.
Exactly.
But we've been in preparation.
Yeah.
For the 2024. Yeah. And I just celebrated my son's 16th birthday.
Happy birthday, Zay.
Yes, Isaiah. He turned 16. He's like 6'3".
Word.
He wears a size 10.5, and he's just. It was a good time. This guy's. I'm telling him he needs to get a job.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's time. It's time. It's time to branch out, my friend.
And Zimbabwe coming up, right?
Yeah, and then Zimbabwe, and his birthday is Saturday, the 16th. He turns 12.
Damn. Pockets is feeling it in December.
Yeah, a little.
My man got B-days.
Yeah,
holidays.
I just think, and I think that's, just showing them the one thing I would say. I'm showing them that it's not just about gifts this year, like their birthdays. Mm-hmm. They're really not. They really haven't been like, Dad, I want this. I want that. I want this. They do have a request, but mostly it's like, Solomon said something to me like, Yo, Dad, I want to do more designs for my clothing company. Like I was like, okay, cool. So we have to set that up. Isaiah was like, well, Dad, I want to know about the Microsoft stock because he plays, Xbox. So when he came to me and talked to me, and it's crazy, this happened all around their birthday. I'm just like, what's going on? But I think what it is that they hear our conversations there because they're always around when you and I are on the phone. So I think they're hearing our conversations, and I think subconsciously it's starting to seep in. So
that's a cheat code for parents.
That's a fact.
Listen, always what you could do as a parent.
Yep.
If you're not a parent yet, what you can always do is you can switch it on them.
Yep.
Right? Sit there. Hey, it's not about gifts.
Yep.
It's not about gifts all the time. Especially if the pockets is low.
Yeah.
Sit there and be like, yo, it's not really about gifts. It's about I'm trying to teach you something.
Yeah.
So we're gonna sit there and we're gonna give you gifts of life.
And
they're gonna go to school. What'd you get? I got
gifts of life.
Fuck out of here, man. Parents got no bread. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Nah, but the crazy part is though, I'm definitely, they deserve what they deserve,
100%.
But the fact that they listen to the conversation, they're not always listening to the conversation, but they hear that we're talking about business a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that was the biggest thing for me was that they were like, yo, listen, we want to make sure that we pour back into our business because they both own their own company. So, and we were doing very well during pandemic. And, when their mom passed, we kind of just slowed down a little bit. Now they want to ramp it up again.
Yeah.
So
they're the next wave for us.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like the best part about that, it was that, at the time my wife was very big. She was very hands-on with the company.
Yeah.
So now they want to make sure that they go turn into that and really, put, their best foot forward.
Yeah. I'm talking about this company.
Oh, well.
Lionheart's great.
Okay.
But you over here.
Oh yeah.
When you get-
Oh snap. Oh, so now I'm beefing.
Yo, listen to me.
I'm not the CEO of Lionheart.
Listen.
CEO of Lionheart has a 12-year-old and a 16-year-old.
Yo, what I'm telling
That's
you,
funny.
what I'm telling you is it's funny because Maddox is about to go into high school next year,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And you have this where you have electives, right?
Yep.
So I literally look at his electives as what could help us.
Oh, that's
I'm
funny.
like, computer graphics. Yo, you should take this, bro.
That's hilarious.
Marketing, bro. Yo, you should take this. Yeah, Dad, I like this because Mikey liked military history. He was like, yo, I'm taking military history. I was like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yo, listen, I've been dying for a graphic design in my house.
Yo, that's actually another cheat code. Your parents, if you have a business and you're an entrepreneur and your kids want to do something with it, just make sure it's it kind of the infrastructure of your business. I'm like, what you want to do again?
Yeah.
Oh, I got that.
Yeah,
Come work for us too.
This is two fathers, right? Now I'm gonna give a shout out to Danny at Quest Security, right? This is our
hilarious.
pod, our segment. This is gonna be called Padres.
Padres.
That's a great name.
The
Dad's just talking
Padres.
about it.
Yeah.
Roadhouse will be on it too. He's
Yeah.
a pops. You know what I'm saying? Nah, not gonna be a part of it.
Nah, it's
yet.
not gonna be a part of it.
Thank God I can't yet.
Thank God I can't yet.
You know what I'm saying?
So
he's a father to these streets. You heard?
Yeah.
No, but speaking about preparation before we go into this life pod is sponsored by Lifetime.
Yeah, not today.
Nah, but I did, like I told you, I was getting back into my, let's call it my good morning bag.
Yeah, I see
like
that.
kind of getting into for 2024.
Yep.
I spoke about something the other day where I feel like December 12th should be the first day
Yes, I
that
saw
you
that.
start your New Year's resolutions. And
Yep.
the reason why I say that is because they say it takes 21 days to form a habit,
That's what
right?
it said. Yep.
And December 12th, the first day you start, the 21st day is actually January 1st, right? And then you can kind of lead into 2024
Already said.
as the new, that you're already accustomed to. And those are the things that I think that we're doing collectively as a company. I mean, we've started prior to December 12th.
For sure.
But it's like we realized, I think once Q4 came and, once we started getting into November, we started already adjusting and saying, hey, there's things that we got to do for the new year.
Yeah.
And I think we're doing a really good job, at least as planning,
Yep.
right? The execution is the next part.
Nah, I mean,
You
just
know?
like like John was saying, we got to put some due dates, some target dates.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I already got a task already.
Nah.
I saw that. I got an email. I got a task.
Trust me. I mean, just the aspect of the task at hand, we definitely have to have our due date so that we can hit our targets. The execution is definitely what we're for 2024. That's the biggest thing for us is the execution.
Yeah, and that's the thing for us, and I want everybody out there to understand, and like what Don always has said, this pod is about from 0 to 1 million.
That's
and
a fact.
we go through the same things that everybody else goes through. Preparation that we had, we spoke about this, and this is being very candid. Don and I have had certain conversations last year and said, hey, we don't want to go into 2023 like this.
Yep.
And unfortunately, the things that we wanted to get done, we didn't because we were hustling and getting focused on it. And now, being that we have a bigger, a better team, and again, you've heard as we speak about Roadhouse, bringing in the structure, and it's just like we have no choice now because we're getting to a certain point of the business that we have to be structured without a doubt. Like if we want to go to the next level, we have to do that.
And the thing is that it's the under the hood stuff, right? So people, on the outside, it all looks good, and people be like, man, you guys are doing your thing.
Yeah.
And then, then with us though, we know that there's things that needs to be fixed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, the body's good and all this stuff, but the engines is, there's no oil in it, there's no antifreeze, and it's kind of all messed up. So we're definitely, doing a tune-up, I should say.
No,
we're doing a tune-up for the business.
Yeah, and I think everybody needs to do that regardless. I think, business and personal, right? At the end of the year kind of is like a reflection. You kind of go and say, look, okay, what did we do? Okay, what do we need to do better? And really get on top of that. Pause. You know what I mean? Like I literally called Reggie this morning, left him a voicemail. There's some things that we're doing in the education space, and we've been lacking because we've been putting it to the side. And I think that's something that Don and I are going to really flourish in when it comes to especially in this space, pun intended.
Yeah.
So we're just putting these things down, and just getting after it like we need to. Yeah. Like we need to, you know what I mean?
And it's going to trickle down into with everything we're doing, and it's going to trickle down to everyone we're working with.
Right.
Because they're going to see that it's something different, and they're going to see that there's something has changed.
Right.
And the change is going to be just making sure that under the hood is taken care of.
Yeah.
And we definitely, taking care. For the business, we're taking care of the engine.
Right.
Now, aside from, fixing the body, man.
Yeah. We had gaping holes.
We
Shout out Roll Out.
Yeah.
Now I feel like it's just a little plaster.
Yeah.
We still got some stuff. We still got to sand it down. You know what I mean? We do have holes. Listen, you got to understand when you're trying to build something and when you're trying, I've spoke about it in the pod before, you and I are doing something that our families have never, ever, ever done.
That's a fact.
Okay, and it's a difference, and you have to be able to accept people that come into the fold, and it's when you start, okay, it's Myq and Don, and then you bring more people in, and you got to learn to trust, and you got to, there's a time frame where it's like, okay, is this person really here for them, for us, and you start to work, and then when you get the right people in places, then you get busy, and then you can really go. And we're gonna make mistakes. We've made mistakes. There's plenty more that we're gonna make.
Facts.
Because we're gonna be in different rooms. We're gonna be in different situations, and things that we've handled at this level, it may be different at the next level.
Yeah, for sure.
And
on top of that too, it's okay to not know too.
100%.
I think that we're in this I know everything society.
Yeah.
Because we have our phones.
Right.
But not because we have a phones and you can Google it and you read it doesn't mean you comprehend it.
Right.
So the best part about that is that if somebody has the information that can get you to the next level, allow them to help you.
Right.
Especially if they're a part of your team. And that's the biggest thing too. Because humans don't want to seem stupid. Right. They don't want to seem like I don't know that.
Right.
But I think the best part about with us is that we've come to understand that if we don't know something, we ask a question, and then we're able to not put our ego in it and be like, oh, man, I knew this. No, I didn't know this, actually. And now we can implement it. Now I do know moving forward so we can get to the next level.
Right.
The biggest thing is that people don't tend to even say what the issue is. Like, let's just say, they don't want to even say it, like, this is the issue.
Right.
We're identifying it. So now that we're doing the self-identifying stuff, it's now showcasing that we can definitely get to the next level because we're showcasing what our issues are.
Yeah, and the thing is that it's team basis here, right?
Yeah.
I've said it before, the sum is always, bigger than its parts.
Mm-hmm.
So we can have 25 people here, and each individual is not bigger than all of us together. And that's what we're trying to build. What I think we've built here, I mean, people that have come here, even just in the location, wow, energy crazy.
Yeah.
Like Jens, even last week.
Yeah.
Shout out Jens.
Yo, shout out Jens.
You know what I mean? Like, he came in, it's like, yo, the energy is dope here. Like, just being here. And that's kind of what we're trying to do. In a conversation I was having yesterday with somebody that works on a section of the pod.
Yeah.
With Rachel, right?
Yep.
I was speaking to him, and we were talking about the landscape of just, social media and everything like that. And it's like, he said, he's dealt with, the Netflixes and HBO and all that. And it's like, everybody's out there trying to fuck you. And after the conversation, I told him, I said, listen, I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you. That's what we do. We keep it 1,000. We tell you what can happen. We tell you what can't happen. We tell you, hey, is that a possibility? Yes, right now, no. We just keep it a stack.
Yep. Sure.
2 stacks sometimes. Andre, 3 stacks. Shout out to the flute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We do that. But like you said, I think humans don't like to be wrong, and bringing pieces. That's why people don't like partners. That's why it's hard to it's challenging to bring people together. You can have the same vision, right? But it's like, what's the agenda? And then it's like, how you got to navigate this stuff, and it's like,
and that's the best part about even having strategic partners.
Yeah.
So being that, because strategic partners, you don't always talk to them every day.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're a person that don't do good with partners, try to have some type of strategic partners that you can do some outreach and try to get some help.
Yeah.
And I think 2024 is going to be a lot of that. Meaning when I say like help, meaning to get us to the next level, we have to partner with so many things.
Yeah.
And they're saying that most people that don't partner don't move.
Right.
And I think we, like you said, we're in this me society. And now that we're with us, it's a we society, and now we know where to get to the next level. We're gonna need to get with people that are moving and shaking,
Right.
maybe bigger than us,
Right.
or sometimes same on the same level as us, and to get us to another demographic of what we're looking for. I think the biggest challenge is going to be for us is to make sure that we're in those rooms.
Right.
Like, and when I say challenge, means because we got a lot of other things going on,
Right.
so we have to schedule those things to make sure that we're in those rooms.
Right.
Rather it be us in LA or us in Dubai or wherever we got to go, we have to be able to make sure that we have the time to get there so we can go shake hands and kiss babies too.
Yeah, and I think one of the challenges we're gonna have, and I mean, this is might have been off topic, but I think in the spirit of what we're speaking about in preparation, is I was talking, and I told you, and I was talking to Roadhouse. So crazy how we just refer to him as Roadhouse, right? It's so funny. We're like, yo, who is this Roadhouse? He's he's like the ghost face executive.
That's a fact.
But the thing is that the actual, you and I sitting here dressed like this.
Yeah.
Me and you see us, and you don't. If you forget about hearing us talk, you just see us, right? Especially if I do my pose that Gaba says I always do in the pictures. If we do these, he's like, yo, Mike, you do the same pose. But if you see us, you have no idea. You put us next to somebody in a suit, in business, attire. 9 times out of 10, people are going to want to do business with the person that's in the suit.
Of course.
Right? Even if it's a black and a Spanish person, a lot of times, like, they look cool. I rock with them. But I think I'm going to go this way. And this is a thing that we're going to have to combat. It's almost like music, right? Like where you got to give people what they want, and then you switch, and then you kind of give, you have fans, and now it's like, okay, now this is me.
Yep.
I just think that people go off of there is biases and there's stereotypes that people have. Even me, I can sit there and I say I'm the most unbiased stereotype. I look at somebody, I give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But I can't front. I'll sit there. I'll be like,
we be contradicting ourselves.
100%. 100%.
We're human, man. It happens.
100%. And it's like we gotta do that because with that, what we're 2024 is we're looking to get corporate. Now, corporate structure, not corporate environment.
Correct.
Right? So the structure is there and it's corporate, but I think we want it to be like a hybrid where there's checks and balances. Of
course.
Right? There's SOPs. You know what I mean? There's flow. There's a workflow. Got to put the Roadhouse little ding. But there's these things. But the thing is that it's not as stuffy as when people think of corporate. If that makes any sense.
No, I mean, clearly where they work is not. It's real colorful here.
Yeah.
And then the people that are at the top, which is like you and I, we're not stuffy individuals. Right. So we create the environment. It really starts with the top down. You know what I'm saying? Because the people at the top, create that environment, and then everybody else adapts what that environment is.
Right.
Some people may take it too far, so they got to get checked. Right. And then, or some people understand that the environment they're in is because, granted, we're not in, some corporate building.
Right.
But this is a corporate structured base as far as for our business. And it's also that we can now move accordingly so that we're able to even give those individuals bigger opportunities than they would get if they, if we didn't have the structure.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I was on this, the pod the other day with the Off Experience. Off Experience pod. Shout out y'all. Y'all dope.
Visuals.
Like see where y'all going.
Yeah.
But they had asked, like, where do you see the company in 5 years? And ideally, I was like, I want us to be the place where content creators come. Listen, you have the Netflix and the bigger companies as well, but I want us to be a hub where they come and, hey, look, we have an idea, and we look at it, and the team looks at it, and it's like, hey, you know what? We're gonna put $50,000, $100,000 into this project. I don't know what the project is.
Yeah,
it could be, let's make the pod a show. Let's make this. Maybe there's a movie or whatever. And I'm saying that's not big numbers for a movie. I'm just saying I want us to be that spot, that people know. Hey, number one, we go there. They don't try to get over on you. They're creator friendly. You know what I mean? And, just everything that we're about, I want everything to translate in every single business and every single aspect of our business that we get into. So, it's just a home that has structure, but it's comfortable.
But the biggest thing that we're gonna need is the funding.
Yeah, and that's what we working on.
That's what we're working on. So that's pretty much be the biggest thing that most people don't have is either is the funding or they don't have the resources.
Right.
We have the resources. We have the cameras, the content creators. We have the shows. We have all of the above, and we just have to now step up, and become the bigger production hub.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's we've shot shows, we've done a bunch of things, but now it's time to showcase, from the next level. So that's where I think 2024 is going to open up the doors for us, because of how we're rolling out into Q1.
Right.
I think we're going to be able to get what we're looking for, man.
Yeah, me too, bro. Me too. And a lot of these businesses and the challenges, and going back to like what you were saying, as far as nobody likes to be wrong, and there's so much information. The thing is too, because whatever you feel, whatever side you're on whatever argument, you could probably Google and find something that backs you up.
Yeah.
It's good to drink red wine every day. It's bad to drink red wine, or whatever it is. You'll find something, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of the challenges that I think we have, and I'm glad we're talking about preparation. And again, I like to be transparent and honest because of who we are and who we target this for.
For sure.
Challenges are, we spoke, I think it was the last pod, or what previously we spoke about the reels that we've seen, right? The whole turning from hustler to CEO. And then CEO to lead, and you got to oversee. And I'll say that for me, at least, that's one of the biggest challenges, I think, that I'm finding in this growth process.
I got you.
Right? Because it's like, when it's a hustle, you have control.
For sure.
Right? Let's just say we had, T-shirts, print, whatever. We just boom, this is what you have to do. When it starts to grow, pause, and you have different different segments of the business, it's like, okay, I'm so accustomed to doing it myself, and I spoke about it on the pod the other day too, as far as even with us. Don and I had I don't want to say an issue. It was a challenge because Don was accustomed to being the guy in his situation, and not the guy meaning the man, but the one that did the work, right?
For
like
sure.
He was the guy, and it was like he knows that if he did it, it was getting done.
For sure.
And I was the same way. So when we joined forces, like the Justice League, you know what I mean? It was kind of like we had to be everywhere together because we were still, even though the personalities were there and we understood morals, values, it was like, okay, let's just see, because it's a learning experience, right? And we even had the conversation because of our relationship. It was like, all right, we're doing this, but in order to grow and be more efficient, certain things, there's certain situations that Don and I must be there.
For sure.
I don't care what it is. Even as you grow, it doesn't matter. Don and I are going to have to be there for these situations.
Of course.
But for the most part, it's like if Don is somewhere, I'm somewhere, what happens, right? Wherever Don is, they hear about this group. Wherever I am, they hear about this group. If me and Don are both in the same spot, we don't have this over here, right? So it's a trust thing. And it wasn't so much I don't trust you. It was like I've never been in this situation before. So that's why people say don't have a lot of partners. I've heard so many people say don't have partners because, but that's the thing though too. I personally feel, and I think we're of the same sentiment. You need partners. You have to
in order to scale,
right?
Because I wasn't going to say the other word because I don't want in order to scale. We definitely need partners. For me though, at the latter end of this year, I felt as if that I was out of my groove a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's why I had ended up going through the process of going through my phone and started calling the people. I'm like, yo, I felt like I was kind of off. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, I know it's the end of the year, but I'm supposed, I was in a groove before, and it felt as if that groove has kind of like died down a little bit. So it was not like I was looking for work to do. I was just like, you know what? Opposed to me just, trying to put my hat here, let me turn into me.
Right.
And that's exactly what I did. So it actually helped me find my groove back in the sense of knowing that I can go through my phone, contact the individuals that I need to contact, get rid of numbers that don't serve me, and really stay in tune with the people that are doing things, and really set up for 2024 mentally.
Right.
Because mentally, I think that's where it starts for me. I mean, most people say it will start for them there, but for me, it starts. What do we really want for Q1?
Right.
I think Q1 is going to determine the rest of the year for us.
Right.
And I was like, yo, I have to get into this groove. So when Q1 does come, I'm not stagnated. I felt a little stagnated. So I was, and that's just being super transparent. We don't always, as an entrepreneur, you never, it's always going to be some type of uncertainty. And I think at the time I was feeling like this uncertainty, and I was like, and it kind of took me by surprise.
Yeah.
And I got up in the morning, like 3 a.m, like, oh shit, all this shit is on us. Like I knew that, but it's almost like the reality of it is like, yo, to get to the next level, what do we have to do?
Yeah.
And I think, well, it was encompassing a lot of things, but that was one of the biggest things, man. I felt like I was out of my groove because I'm like, yo, I'm starting to think about the issues opposed to thinking about,
Yeah, I think that's a natural thing, and I think everything. Let me not say everything. Most of the things that you see on social media about entrepreneurs and about the ups and downs of everything, and I would say it'd be day to day, but sometimes it's hour to hour, minute to minute. You could get off a call and be like, "Oh wow, this is great. We about to do this, blah blah blah," and then you get a call, and then it's like, "Damn!" Especially because we are, which is I don't know if it's bad or not, but it's just who we are, emotional when it comes to people that we're dealing with. If like if you're in our house, we fuck with you. So if there's something wrong, we first of all want to solve it, but we don't like that anybody's feeling bad, hurt, whatever.
Correct.
So it's like, hey, yeah, this is great for the business, and then whoop, got to call this and this and that, and then you can go right back up, then get an email, and then you're on a high, and then
and then the bills just continue to keep piling, and then you're saying to yourself like, yo, we have a vision of where we want to go, and it's going to require resources, and i.e., money, and sometimes you're like, all right, should I go get this thing for the business, or should I go do this thing for the business? Because if we don't do this, we can't do that.
Right.
And it's almost like taking a step back often and be like, yo, you know what? Let me just do what's best for the business first before we go here. Yeah. Like even with talking, we had that conversation about, putting our own money up into this.
Right.
And the way we looked at the finances then, I'm like, yo, we paid X, Y, and Z dollars, and we didn't even flinch an eye because of the passion that we had in this.
100%.
We dumped the money in and not knowing if it's ever going to come back ever.
Right.
And we're just like, yo, it doesn't matter. Let's dump the money in. Let's do what we got to do so we get to the next level. And that's where I started thinking about those things. Like that day I was talking to you, I was like, yo, I was thinking about like what we did. It was we did it fearlessly. So I'm like, yo, if we did that fearlessly and with amongst other things,
right,
we should face everything the same way. And I think that's where the groove started coming back, going through that process, listening to myself, and sometimes it's not even
saying that. Looking back to what we did.
Yeah, like looking back to how we didn't know how about getting a location. We knew that we looked at a bunch of spots. We know that we looked at a 10,000 square foot spot which was $24,000 a month, and we looked at it like, yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We looked at it like easy, the easy button, easy. Right? We didn't, and then we started looking at spots in Manhattan. Yo, we might be able to get this and get this, that. And the crazy part of this, that was cheaper than the place that we got now. Those places were super cheap.
With no parking.
Right?
This don't really got that.
Yeah, the parking here either, but you know what I'm saying? But the fact that those places were in the prime areas and the rent was, it was cheaper.
Yeah.
But then it was just like, we understood that there's some place that we wanted to go.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter about what the dollar amount was.
Right.
Because that's what this thing does. It scares you to make you think that you can't do it. And what we did was like, nah, we could do it.
Yeah.
And not only can we do it, we're gonna face it.
Right.
even with that like uncomfortable feeling in your
Yeah.
stomach, yo, because I have those, I have that moment a lot, and I'm like, all right, and I sometimes have to like talk to myself, I'm like, yo, listen, no matter what, don't fold.
Yep.
Like no matter what, don't call Myq and say I'm done. You know how many times I've had that moment, bro? I've had that moment. I ain't gonna keep it a buck, man. I had that moment a lot. When my wife died, I looked at my phone. I was gonna call Myq and say I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I was gonna say that me doing what I'm doing took time away from my wife,
Right.
and she died because of me. This is all facts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that moment, I picked the phone up, and I was like, yo, I'm about to call Myq and say I'm done. And then I heard her voice, like, are you fucking crazy?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what it took you guys to get to where you guys are at now?
Mm-hmm.
It took you that long to meet Myq, and it's gonna take you probably even it's gonna take y'all shorter to get to y'all goal.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Like, so you're gonna just throw in the towel?
Yeah.
I think, and you say because we're emotional, I was super emotional because I'm like, yo, I've taken time away from the person that I love,
Right.
and poured it into this.
Yeah.
So this is why this is super important to me.
No, 100%.
Because because of what I've taken away to pour into this.
Mm-hmm.
So when people treat it a certain type of way, I feel super offended,
Right.
because it's almost like you're offending my dead wife.
Right.
And then setting up for the preparation for it, you go through these moments, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to face that fear again. I'm going to face it again. And now that we have one of I feel what we have the strongest team we've had since we started.
1,000%.
And I just feel like we like gladiators now.
Yep.
I feel like we jump into the pit, and them gladiators, they be fucking having all types of animals coming out the ground. I don't care. And we don't know what's coming out the ground. And we just cutting niggas' heads off.
Yep.
Sorry. Yeah.
No. But that's the thing.
That's how I feel.
And understand from an entrepreneur aspect of it, everybody goes through that.
Word.
Everybody goes through that. Like, yo, why did I do this? You're gonna go through that.
Facts.
Why did I do this? Like you said, I'm done for different reasons.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because again, I've had the same situations where I think I've told you, yo, sometimes you just want to be like, yo, I just want a regular gig.
Facts.
Like, you get paid every Friday, and you know what I'm saying? But it's like, are you really gonna be happy?
Word.
Right? All those things that we spoke about, and it's, there's sacrifice. And I saw clips of Busta Rhymes on that Diary of a CEO when he's talking about things that he missed.
Fire episode.
Things that he missed from his children, and there's a sacrifice, and we spoke about that. You have to, like it's not easy, and as men, I think it's even more difficult because we are like, it's technically people, in the house, it's like you're the man, you're the provider, you're the, again, not saying that women can't work, trust me, okay? And I'm not saying any of that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that,
we take a traditional route because we want to be men.
Right. I don't want anybody to have to worry about anything. This is my
sure.
household, and I'm the guy, and I'm the protector, the provider, and I'm all that.
Yep.
And whether it is or not, as men, you have that.
Yeah.
Right? So when you sit there and you're dealing with these challenges, you feel weak.
Yeah.
Right? You feel vulnerable.
Yep.
And then if you don't have a circle that you can feel weak or vulnerable, I've called him on tears.
Facts.
Vice versa.
Facts.
Like we've done that because it's like it's a safe space and we're comfortable. But we are tackling this world together, and like what Don said, you can't do everything by yourself.
Nah.
Right? It would be like me and Don playing baseball.
With just us.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a pitcher and a catcher pause.
Yeah.
Right?
Yo.
And then the other team hits the ball, and then one of us got to run out there and get
that's
it.
a fact.
Like, that's why you got to put people in positions.
Yeah.
Make sure up the middle is good, pause. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to have your shortstops, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, and that's the biggest thing is that we keep on overcoming whatever that is, right?
Yeah.
The biggest thing is too is that we're also showcasing that to the content creator that even though y'all may go through roadblocks as well, here's how we face them,
Right.
and we show them tools to face their roadblocks.
Yeah.
And usually when they do take a time to sit down and listen, and then they start implementing some things that can help them, they're like, you'll get a phone call later like, yo, that conversation we had really helped me because I was thinking this way and that way, and then y'all, y'all told me, what y'all was going through, and y'all helped me, compartmentalize everything I needed. And those are the moments that's going to get us to the next level.
Yeah.
Like and sometimes those moments, the next level may come 6 months after that moment.
Right.
But it's actually, but it's setting up for that.
Yeah, that's one thing that is the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
Right. You don't know when the next level is going to be here. And I've been, dealing with that with myself. Like, I know, like, because it's literally like I feel what's going to happen. Pause. And, it's like I envision it, I see it, and it's because as humans, you get like, okay, when is it? Because I look in the mirror and I know what I'm doing.
Facts.
Right? I know the effort I'm putting. I know, it's to the point sometimes like I don't even want to go to sleep. Right?
Yeah,
because it's like I want to get to the next day and I want to, okay, what are we doing? And if you're not doing something, sometimes you feel like you're not doing anything, right?
Facts.
Because you're accustomed to every single day you got to do something, and you should. When you have partners, and it's just like that's why where we're getting as far as with structure, hey, we're going to all tackle these things, and we don't have to, I don't want to say we don't have to worry about it, but it just, again, it's a different feeling. How do we put the energy to hey, there's 10 things to do, right?
Yep.
And in the past, you took 5, I took 5.
Yep.
Now, maybe I take 2,
you
take 3, Gaba takes 1, John takes 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like we're able to go and progress collectively
for sure
with the right reason, because again, this is not nobody's being a dick here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. It's like there's too many people, and honestly, society sucks. Not to be a Debbie Downer, you know what I'm saying? Like, it does, and I sit there and it's funny because the whole good morning.
Yeah.
I'm positive, right?
For sure.
But not every day is that,
Not
right?
at
So
all.
occasionally I'll sit there and be like, yeah, every day is not a fucking good morning. I get it.
Yeah.
But that's how you wake up. But how do you turn that,
Yeah.
right? So that the whole day isn't that. You may wake up and something may happen, whatever. It is what it is, and this is what I think the value and the seasoning that we have in the experience, not just in business, but for the people around us, the younger generation, because we don't belittle anybody.
For sure.
Right? Sit there and be like, oh, what you talking about? That's all you got to deal with? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because we don't sit there and be like, well, family and, there's 15 of y'all. And you know what I'm saying? Listen, everybody's level of travesty is different, right?
Just like everybody's aspect of success.
100%. Everybody's different. And we are, as management and, at heart, caretakers at heart.
Yeah.
We understand, okay, this person, okay, this is your level of success. This is your, okay, this person right here, okay, they're gonna go crazy over this.
Yeah, for sure.
This person, it may take them to get up here, and they cool, So it's just, it's a lot. It's like this. It's a juggling act. You know what I mean? And
having the time to kind of see out this landscape, right? Yeah. They say, to become a millionaire, you have to have 7 streams of income.
Yeah,
right? Something like that. Something of that sort.
Go ahead,
right?
go. So I'm about to go off on that. Go ahead.
So the 7 streams of income, right? So, but you figure as a company in the entertainment and media space, we've also had to create other sources within this media business,
right?
So, hence why no pause that there's mics in front of our faces, right?
Yo, that might take it. This episode that might take it. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, but that led us into starting this podcast network. Yeah. And we've now taken on about 13 shows. We're going to make an announcement soon who we've partnered with, as far as for our shows. But this is definitely a new space for the both of us.
100%.
Because we've never done anything like this ever.
Yep.
But the fact that we've created a business out of the podcasting and kind of pulling it together almost like a record company. And we're now being able to distribute and also run it efficiently.
Right.
We have our head of podcast, which is Rick. Rick, what's up, my boy? And then we have a production team behind it. We have our man Na and Kaba. You know what I'm saying?
Kaba doesn't let Na do it anymore.
But the fact that we have we're building out this empire.
Yeah, and
it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, and I definitely want to speak about this, but I want to go to that streams really quick.
Okay.
Really, really quick. because I heard that my whole life.
7?
The 7 streams of income, right? You need to have, whether it's 7, multiple streams of income. And when I tell you I've learned that my whole life, because even with cassettes, my mom used to listen to, business, bro, I'm telling you, tapes, positive thinking, all that type of stuff. I grew up with all of that. Brian Tracy, Tony Rock, all that. And the thing is that now it's like crazy on social media.
Yeah.
But please, let me tell y'all, because I fell into it. You keep sitting there thinking that you need multiple streams of income. And you do. But you got to get one first.
Oh, yeah.
And then build upon that. Because what happens is that I fell into it.
Yeah.
Oh, I got my 9 to 5. I'm gonna, I'm gonna do marketing for this company over here. I got the music over here. Yeah, I gotta have 7 streams, but
yeah.
7 streams of income mean they have to stream in income.
This
is dry as fuck. This shit is where I'm getting my bread. You know what I'm saying? There's 7 opportunities, but I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
Get one, and that's exactly what happened here. Right, with management, all of these things
started building out,
organically, because it became the management, right? Then the marketing side, the marketing agency side, then it became, like you said, the production side, the media side, and then this pod side, which I think we're really leaning into. And again, this is something that happened organically to get that stream of income, right? Because again, they all start rocks and rivers, and you can walk.
I heard Ian Dunlap was asking. He said something like, "Show me the podcast that makes over $5 million a year." I could be paraphrasing. He said, "Show me them," and they were like, he said, "I could tell you that there's none. Then they're not." And I'm like, and I had to think to myself, like, why, And I'm thinking, I think he's also speaking about people that are known. He's not even talking about people that are nobodies.
Right.
Oh, well, let me say not nobodies, that are not known.
Right.
So he's talking about people that are known. And I'm like, damn, so why aren't there pods getting whatever ads or whatever endorsements? It's about the consistency base.
Yeah.
And they don't look at it as a business. And they don't look, and they only see for them to come there and talk trash and what today's gossip, and not give any value of any information. So when we don't give no value of information aside from, who got the latest, who's dating who and who's sleeping with who, after a while that becomes old. And the thing is that people really need inspiration, especially nowadays. People, you would think that we don't, but these phones allow us to send these interesting information to people that you don't know what they were going through at that moment in time, because everybody's going through something.
Yeah.
And it picks them up to the point that they move the needle for themselves in any which way.
Yeah, no, and I think you're right, because a lot of people, because pod's been around clearly, but people want to do a pod, right? Even when we were on Channel 11.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Don Flex.
Yeah, I mean, Channel 11. You're right.
But the thing is that remember what he had said? He was like, when he had asked, he was like, everybody has a podcast. Everybody wants to do a podcast. You know what I mean? And us getting into this space of pods, I don't know if I spoke about it on a pod before, but I really understood it. And I remember that was Gabo when we first started doing this.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, people got to know y'all.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing. And that's the beauty, as far as, because people are if you don't have a guest, they still want to tune in to hear what you guys have to say for whatever it is. And you got to develop that. Whereas I came into it thinking of like, hey, we need to get Jesus Christ, we need to get Allah, we need to get, you know what I'm saying? We need to get we need their audience, but it's like, cool, you'll have the spike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then what? And I think we're seeing that now, as far as with our and engaging with our numbers. I know one of our pods that did one of the best for us was just us. And I was happy about that.
Facts.
That it was just us, right? Then you have the blips or whatever, which is fine, but it's still, we only 13, 14, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know, you know what I mean? We we teenagers.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, but we're getting to it, and I think we're approaching this like a business.
But it's also, and the biggest thing too is we're staying consistent.
Yeah.
See, I think the drop off for a lot of podcasts, it was a big boom like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then last year, it took a dip because nobody people thought because they had a name, people just come listen or come watch or whatever,
Right.
and saw they weren't getting any traction and just it fell off.
Yeah.
So what we did was we saw that if we're gonna do this out of the necessity and the organic way, people have to be here for the long haul.
Right.
And I think being that we're showcasing like consistency, I think it's helping with the rest of our roster.
Yeah, and it's just again, it's just understanding as far as for what it is. And again, when we speak about organically, the reason why these things happen for us organically was because there was something that was lacking somewhere else.
Yep.
Right? Like there was no and people will say, like I said, I always say business is always personal. We're dealing with people, right? We're always people first. We're creative first, right? And a lot of these places were numbers first, which I get. But it was like, for us, the network, we had Rick put the contract together, who was a pod. Hey, in your last deal, what didn't you like?
Yep.
And make sure that that's not
in our
deal.
In these new,
You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is like, yo, listen, we're here. We're just trying to build and help you guys scale, right? So we don't own anything. You own your pod.
Yeah.
When you're with our network, you own your pod.
Yeah.
You can do what you want with it.
We're
helping here. We're partners. We're bringing some ads. You know what I mean? Like that's the goal of what we're doing here. But it's just, people out there are just trying to squeeze everybody out of every last dollar, and it's like, yo, come on, like seriously, there's enough money, rubles, yen. I don't even know if they're still around. And you know what I'm saying? Whatever type of currency.
Pound, English pound.
There's tons of it. There's tons of it. You know what I mean, man?
But too, is like I think nobody wants to miss the train, right?
Yeah.
So everybody's forcing themselves into one door, not knowing that there's like 10 more carts that you can walk in. And I think that's the approach we've taken.
Yeah,
we've watched everybody bum rush the other doors, and we kind of took a step back and kind of be like, okay, cart 5, there's little traction in there. Let's go over there. Let's get in that. Although that car may have been moving as fast, it's still moving. Slow dough is better than no dough. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that I think with that mentality has been having everything compile for us. So what we get 1, then 2, then 3, and then it starts going, and then the people that are rocking with us can see like, oh wow, this is what's happening. I'm like, yeah, we're not selling you a pipe dream. But what we're doing is majority of these opportunities also come with like relationships,
right?
And I think everybody forgets that it's you go to a company and they got the diversity inclusion company division, and I don't know how much money that the diversity inclusion gets. What, let's say $10 million. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then out of that $10 million, they have a certain amount to give and break it up between X, Y, and Z people.
Yeah.
How do you go and definitely have the conversation with that person so that they can help what we got going on?
Right.
It's about a relationship.
100%.
Like I think I heard somebody say that the other day. It's about a relationship. I think one of the on like Earn Your Leisure, it's about the relationship aspect, right?
Yeah.
Everything has to do with the relationship, and that's why you, myself, and John, we got to be out here shaking hands and kissing babies, even when we don't want one.
Yeah, man.
Not you, the other John, House. All right? So we have to go out and shake hands together and separately.
Yeah.
Because what happens is that people remember, how you make them feel, right, they say? But they also remember the energy. If we go in there and I go, yeah, man, I represent this group and I have, they ain't going to want to do business. But if I go in there and, shoulders back, head up, and we talking about it, and they may have more resources, meaning money, than us, but we talking like we got more money than them. You know what ends up happening? The email starts to ding, the phone starts to call, because they want to know why them guys are the way they are.
100%.
And I think we have that. I think
relationships is everything, bro.
Sure.
Relationships is everything, and that's one thing that I tell people also, like when we're out and about or whatever, and I tell people as far as for this group, you know what I'm saying? We have the relationship with the people, not the position.
For sure.
So saying that it's a person that works at such and such, and it's great, yeah, we met, whatever, but there's an energy there, and it's not about your position in your company. It's about who you are, because then if you leave and you move, that's the relationship.
Yep.
And that's how we've nurtured and watered a lot of our relationships to this day, where you don't know what's going to happen years from now. Be like, yo, You know what I mean? Even if we didn't do business, I know I've had that. I'm sure you've
Yep.
had that, where it's like, yeah, we couldn't get something done then, but now because of the way we handled the
Yep.
not doing business, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because we're just not bad individuals. We just, again, we just focus on the person, and it's just so crazy. I feel like a broken record, but
Nah,
it's just
but
so crazy
think about
because
it,
it's not lacking, bro.
But the beginning part of the relationship is because they work for said company,
Right.
and then because clearly we were in a space that led us to meet that person. And after a while, you start talking to those people, and then all of a sudden you start to see that y'all got stuff in common, all these things, and then you have them enter your world. Yo, I don't want to go to your office. Come to ours.
Right.
That and we do that, and we don't do that just to flex on people. We want people to come feel the energy and see the environment.
Right.
So when we tell people, yo, you should just come to us. Like, oh, you come to nah, just come to us and see what up. And then 9 times out of 10 they go, man, I'm happy we did the meeting here.
Yeah.
Because then it showcases the environment of what we actually are. You know what I'm saying? And how colorful this space is.
Yeah.
Because content creation is a very colorful space.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be in like my principal's office.
Yeah.
To talk about business when it comes to content creation.
Yeah. No, and it's funny because again, those dudes from the pod, it was like when we were talking, speaking of energy and stuff like that, and I said the same thing. I was like, yo, our space is like, it's just energy, right? And they were like, yo, you're really like what the videos are.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah. Now, I'm not skipping down the block all the time because it's so bro, it's so crazy how perception is, and we could be somewhere and if we sit there and be like, getting through it, you're normally listen, life happens.
Life happens.
You know what I'm
man.
saying? But the end, we don't let that. Life happens, but we don't let life get to us, right?
Sure.
You'll have those moments. It's not perfect, right? But like Don said, you come. You know what I'm saying? Here, energy is amazing. This is who we are. This is our natural selves.
Life, man.
Well, they were also asking me like, yo, I saw the background. Like people watch the pod and they sit there
yes,
and they see the background. It's like,
that's a fact.
Background's fire.
Yeah, but even look though, like even with life, if life punches you in the mouth on Monday,
right,
and you go and you complain about it that day, fine. But if I come back and Monday you still on the floor complaining about what happened last Monday, whose fault is it then? Yeah. Is it yours? Are you gonna consider? Isn't it your fault? So
100%.
That's what we be trying to tell people. Like when we say when we talk, even the people that we manage. Listen, we can't keep harping on what happened to this person or this thing that happened 4 weeks ago or last month or they were supposed to do this. Yeah, okay. We need to take it in our hands though, and we need to create gold like that. Or we need to create a diamond. That pressure, the pressure that you're feeling, let's create something out of it.
Yep.
And I think that's where we at now. That pressure, they say pressure busts pipes, but pressure all creates diamonds. We have to. That's what we got to create these diamonds, man.
No, 100%, and that's what for going to our the talent or anybody, we're trying to create businesses.
Facts.
That's really what I think the difference is for us here too, is in the content creation space, influencer space, we focus on building a business, right? Where some may not be ready to build a business yet, but that's what we're focusing on, right? Because it's beyond just a post. It's beyond just the talent.
Yep.
We like to see through that and, have a business, right?
Yep.
Now, there's a saying that has been forever. It's act as if.
Yeah,
right?
act as if.
If you're a CEO, act as if a CEO. If you're a business, act as if you're a business or whatever. Act as if. So the thing is that we have to not only teach, but, because you'll have creators, and I'm not saying ours, but there'll be some that they are talent.
Yeah.
But they want to be like a business. You know what I'm saying? I'm the baseball guy, right?
Yeah, I definitely.
I'm the baseball guy.
Yeah, I'm
no,
I'm learning still.
No. Yeah, but you heard about Ohtani.
Crazy.
Okay, so for those of you who are not into sports, Shohei Ohtani, probably the best baseball player in the game right now. Right?
Wait. You're stamping that? Is it true? Is that a true story?
Bro, he's a two-way player, bro. Like, you can have the best hitter, you can have the best pitcher. My man is both.
Oh, okay.
So he's literally like Babe Ruth, a modern-day Babe Ruth.
But he's Asian?
Yes.
So he's an Asian Babe Ruth.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's cool.
But he just signed the biggest deal in American sports.
That's crazy.
10 years, 700 million. Right?
But for America.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I got you, soccer guy. All right, Mr. Soccer Man. I know.
I'm just saying.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, I called Mikey immediately. I said, get in the gym.
know you
I
did.
called Kaba. I was like, somebody got 10 million for Mikey right now. Right now. But the thing is the beauty of what he did.
Yeah.
So it's 700.
Yep.
680 million of it is deferred to the last, I think, 2034 to 2043 or something like that. So he's only taking $2 million a year, only, and then he deferred that, and now it does two things, right? It helps for the Dodgers payroll because now they can bring in more people. Where everybody was pissed. I know Met fans, y'all always pissed. I'm sorry. I will deject all Met fans. Listen, Rick. God, you know what I'm saying? I know you're a Met fan because he texted me. He was like, "Oh, it's literally like cheating." I said, "I think it's smart. Not smart for y'all, but it's smart, right?" Yeah. But the thing is what I like even more so about it is the fact of it was literally like a retirement plan. I mean, listen, that's a lot of bread, right? But the thing is, I wish more players, because when Bobby Bonilla did that, look up Bobby Bonilla. He did that. He's still getting paid.
Did he play for the Mets?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy that's he gets like $2 million.
The $1 million, I forgot the day. It's in June or July.
I don't know too much, but I know enough. I know
Yeah. He gets that, and he hasn't played, you know what I mean, back all messed up. You know what I'm saying? He's whatever.
But he still gets paid.
But he's still getting bread, and that's what I think a lot of these athletes need to do. And this is the thing that we're trying to do even with our content creators. It's like you got to set up for when you stop playing, right? So when you don't want to shoot content anymore, set up these life insurance policies and all these things so that you're good after the fact. So when Ohtani did that, what I'm hoping, because I see a lot of the on social media, it's like, oh my God, he did this, and wow, he's only getting this, and you know, he didn't take all his money, and he's doing that later. Why would you do that? And it's like, that's amazing, because you're thinking of the long term. And now this
guaranteed.
That's what I'm saying. No interest, which you don't really need interest on $680 million because it's still going to be bread in 10 years.
Yeah.
But the thing is that was like I'm a Yankee fan. I was tight that the Dodgers got him. I'm a true Yankee fan, like the old school where I want every player to be amazing. You know what I mean? I want all the free agents. Bring them all over. But the thing is that he set himself up, and he helped his team.
So how did the MLB feel about that?
Well, like, there's a clause. It's funny because people were saying that there's a clause in the collective bargaining agreement that you're allowed to do that. There is no, they can't knock it, they can't nix it.
Are they trying to? I mean, is this Coxo's pause that they're saying that they're trying to change that rule?
No, I don't. Listen to me. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that.
Okay.
Like I said, Rick had reached out. He's like, "Yo, it's basically like cheating," but it's not. It's not. You got smart and you did what you had to do. It's like I said, it's twofold. You help the team. To me, I like that from a team perspective. Like, hey, he probably like, yo, I want to win a chip.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna defer this stuff. I already got enough bread. He's probably making a bunch of stuff and endorsements in Japan and all that type of stuff. So, yo, I'm gonna free up some bread here. Bring me in somebody else. Now they may get the other dude, Yamamoto. Sorry, I'm not gonna go into his fucking sports pod, but
that's kind of crazy though too, because that then it opens up like for other deals. You see that deal, and then. I mean, I just look at when somebody does like a $700 million deal like that, I'm looking at everything else around, not just even baseball, basketball, this. Whatever. Even for us, like, all right, what's the next deal?
But that's what I'm saying. I hope that's what that does, because even if a guy is making like, you know, joking about a $10 million deal, whatever, you can live your life. You got to understand, especially with sports, with baseball, right? You're going to get, you know, hopefully you get to 35. You're stretching as you go 36, to, you know, whatever. Set yourself up so that you're good, because you don't want to be the guy that had a good 10-year run in the league, didn't do nothing with his bread, and then, you know, now you're doing, you know, DoorDash.
Yeah.
Like, damn, you was nice, B.
Yeah,
what happened? Oh, I spent all my bread. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I mean,
I shouldn't have said DoorDash. I meant Uber.
Yeah, that's crazy. But the fact that from a business standpoint that the biggest thing for him is that his team. I mean, he's in the front, but I know that there's a pool of people behind him that can't help him, you know, with that decision. And I'm not saying that he's not smart enough to do such, but you have people that are, if you have a good team, I guess a good agent, a good management, all that stuff, those individuals and around there, that's amazing that they all sat down and really constructed that deal. I think that shows people that you don't just make the calls on your own, because he didn't do it on the set by himself. That's crazy.
100%. And I was such in baseball mode when you said team. I was like, yeah, he got Betts, he got Freeman. It's a great team.
Nah, I'm talking about the person, the people.
No, I know
person
exactly.
Or the people behind.
Yeah, the
that's
agent.
with him, the agents that's with him, that sat down and said, "Yo, this is what they offering. This is what we should do."
Yeah,
And this was gonna make you even more valuable for them too.
exactly.
That's crazy.
Exactly. So it's added
Added
value
value
to the team. Aside from your talent, you're bringing something. It's like with content creators, right? Hey, the deliverables are these 4 things. You know what we say, especially if we want to keep the relationship and do more business? Hey, why don't you throw in this and this?
Yeah,
I know you asked for 4 and this is what's on paper. Let's do another 2.
for sure.
Because now it shows that you're bringing value and you care about that situation. So that, to me, like I said, I'm ready to go. Like, he showed me a lot as far as for him. Again, forget the talent.
Listen, man, whoever want to come and drop $700 million to this group, man, be our guest, man. Please, like, yo, listen, man. I know we're not doing pitch clock, but I'm pitching right now. We have a media company. We have anything you may think of. We have it. We have all the content creators that you love. Send over that $700 million.
And he did it under 20 seconds. Look at that. You're getting to be a baseball guy.
You know what I'm saying?
You're getting to be a baseball guy.
Send over that bread.
Send that bread.
Send that bread.
Stevie J face. But anyway, let's, I guess, go into, being that we spoke so much baseball, I guess we'll go to goalkeeper.
Nah, I mean, goalkeeper is not, it's just about a goal. So, my goalkeeper, it's a continuation of the 2024 preparation.
Yeah.
I think we have, 20 days left till New Year? Something like that? 20 days left to the New Year.
Yeah.
We've been prepping since October.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. And now we're finalizing our preparation.
Mm-hmm.
We have, the interesting part about this is that we've closed, our needing people for production.
Mm-hmm.
We've got, a core group of individuals.
Mm-hmm.
We just got to fine tune some stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that for 2024 is about fine tuning. Before 2024, it's just fine tuning everything, so that when we get into the new year, we hit the ground running, just like we did when we first started this business. Just so y'all know, man, this was just an idea. This wasn't like, Myq came to the office, which became our office, and he came there for a 30-minute conversation, a 3-hour conversation. He called me one day, pause, after his epiphany in the shower of him thinking about me, pause, crazy, and said to me, like, yo, listen, man, we should start a coalition. And the coalition should be named this, and acronyms is trust, honesty, integrity, success. I said, I'm with it. Once I said I'm with it and we hung that phone up, it was go. We haven't stopped.
That's 100%.
We have not stopped. We've been building this fucking ship on water, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
on shit too.
On a lot of shit and
the ship on shit.
but now we've been building this in a lot of rocky waves, man.
Yeah.
It's been Myq and Don, handing the hammer and handing the wood.
Yo.
Pause. And handing all of those things. But then all of a sudden, the way it's supposed to go, the universe started sending us the people that we need.
No, 100%.
And so just the goal, I'm gonna get back to that. Just the goal is just continue our preparation, have a good time for our members only event, and really look at that as our end of the year thank to everybody, and including ourselves.
Yeah.
Because I know we were doing it just it's a thank you for everybody, but I think sometimes, it's crazy. Roadhouse, we always mention him. But Roadhouse is gonna be like Cheeks. God, I'm sorry.
Oh my! We were almost there. We were almost there.
We're almost there.
Oh my God!
My bad.
Oh my God! I really thought you listened this time. Oh my God!
But look, it's the fact though. Because we move so fast that we forget to even say thank you to ourselves.
Yeah.
And we doing it for everybody. Giving them an opportunity to come and even say themselves thank you to themselves as well. But we have to embrace that, because I think that this members only opportunity is going to be very big for us in the new year coming.
Yeah.
So it's just pretty much continue my preparation and also enjoy ourselves at our event.
Yeah. Yeah, the goals are going to be boring in the next few pods because they're going to be the same pretty much. I'm still losing a pound a day. I'm down. Where's Shout out Mikey? Down 10 pounds.
Nah, man.
Down 10 pounds. You know what I mean?
Know what I'm
So continue to lose at least a bare minimum of a pound a week.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, for this party, it's getting everything together. You know what I mean? We're going to go look at, again, just logistically, just getting everything right because I really want, for me, I feel like that is like the metaphorically end of the year for us, like the last thing. And then what happens is that really getting into go mode for the year, you know, that last, especially that week between Christmas and New Year's. Yeah. That's the time, honestly, I like to get busy. Yeah. Because everybody's snoozing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's snoozing that week. So try to do that. But this week, lose a pound, be on point with that, and hopefully finally get our other car because one car is like kind of crazy right now for two people. Yeah. Family's crazy. I know it's bougie problems, but sorry. Like it's just tough. It's just tough. But yeah, I think we good with that. Don't forget to follow. Don't forget to listen. Don't listen to the last one. That one, don't worry about that. Not a newest thing with that. But please listen moving forward. Listen to the pod. Subscribe. Don, you want to do your little...
Listen, I don't know.
It's so funny. He thinks he's like a sorcerer.
Subscribe.
So, subscribe.
Like, comment, share.
Yep.
Leave some. Just leave some type of comments that makes that helps us. Even improve it. I do want to say though. I want to say thank you to the people that do watch.
Yes.
It's very interesting to see that you go on YouTube and you see like 500 or 700 views. It may not be a lot to y'all.
Yeah.
700 people in a room. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And and for them to come back and keep coming back and watching, I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
And I'm getting, from the people that know me, today somebody sent me a DM, was like, yo, I sat people down to watch y'all pod. I sat two young guys down and told them to watch it.
Yeah. They need to be on the team.
Huh?
They need to be on the sales team.
Scooby, what up, my boy?
Scooby.
Yeah. So and he's like, no, and he essentially just told him like, yo, tell me some key points from that. I'm like, damn.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's kind of interesting that's even happened. Yeah. So yeah, man, we appreciate you guys, man. We're gonna continue to keep,
Yeah, they may be scared of the hood, so I don't know if anybody's coming
back.
Listen,
hood. I'm channeling my inner Kanye. I know y'all saw him out here. You know what I mean? Y'all see what I mean? My man out here in Miami. They ain't call me though. They ain't call me to come out there.
Soon forward.
Yeah, I mean they got my boy Chris Breezy out there. They call me. I could have got on stage and talked some content creation stuff.
Because Chris Brown was there. He was gonna battle and he was gonna lose to me. And
I get it. Yo.
We don't want that. Anyway, subscribe,
follow us
at this group on IG.
Yes.
At FOTS Pod on IG.
Pod on IG.
All of that. We appreciate y'all. Like Don said, thank you to everybody. We're gonna catch you on the next one. All right.
Peace.
Peace.